Don't you just hate it when your mom goes to the store and she says she's gonna buy your favorite toy, but then she goes to the store and she comes back with not your favorite toy, and then you complain and she decides to take you back to the store, but then you go to the store and you realize that you're not there to get your toy. You're just there because she forgot to get toilet paper on her way there, and then you start crying in the middle of the electronics section, and then she hits you, and then you decide to run away from her, and out in the parking lot you meet a homeless guy, and that homeless guy turns out to be your dad. And then you realize that your mom's name was Karen, so she took you away from your dad. So you decide to go back and live as a homeless person with your dad. And then you decide to get revenge on your mom, so you sneak into her house in the middle of the night and take her money, and then you give it to your dad because you trust him, but then he tells you that he's not your real dad, and then you decide to just leave him, and then you go and you wander around for a bit, and somehow you find your way in a van on the way to Colombia. So you go to Colombia, and it turns out that the van was full of drugs, and then you end up being involved with the drug cartel in Colombia, and then you decide to just go away from Colombia, and then Colombia, it turns out, is a pretty big country, so you just kind of wander around Colombia for a little bit, and then you make friends with a jaguar in the forest, and then the jaguar leads you back to Peru, and then you get to Peru, and then you find your way to an airplane, and you fly back, but the airplane doesn't go to the right city, so you have to hitchhike with many people just to get back to where you live, and then you end up back where you live, and you realize that you don't have a home, and then you just kind of walk around for a little bit, and you find an orphanage, and then you go to the orphanage, and then everything's okay. Ha, who can relate?